Hello everyone and welcome to Bob's Garden. I'm Bob. Today I'm going to show you how to prune climbing roses. Climbing roses, as the name suggests, climb. And our goal with these is to produce as many laterals as possible. We'll identify the graft union down here, this ball right here. Our rootstock under here provides us with the winter protection and disease resistance. This particular cultivar is called New Dawn. Once again, I will reiterate that it doesn't matter what the cultivar is. It's all going to be treated the same way. We prune the climbing roses in the same way. Each climber will present with different challenges for pruning, but it's the same kind of pruning and the same concept. Once again, we see our rose hips left over from last season. We leave these on so that it has some nutrients over the winter time. And so we'll get going on pruning this, and we'll also be tying down certain parts of this. Again, this can be a little overwhelming. Where do I start? Again, we'll focus on the dead wood, which we can see right in here. And because we want as many of these laterals as possible, it doesn't matter whether we prune to outward facing buds or inward facing buds. And this is what makes climbers so easy. If you are new at this and you want to get started, get a climbing roses, because it doesn't matter if we prune at this bud here that goes inward, or if we prune out here with a bud that goes outward. We want as many of these laterals as possible. We're also going to be shortening these by about 6 inches. So let's get this dead wood out of here. And again, it's about a cut that's about a 1/4 inch above the bud. We'll shorten these down. We see here a branch. It's dying back, it's discolored, there's dead on it, and it's in a very bad position because we'll never be able to tie that out. So that can come out completely. Now, this is a good example of something we need to look for. Because this is the scion, this here is the graft union. Below here, we see this branch coming out. It's coming out below the graft union. Is coming from the rootstock. This is a different type of rose that's been used to graft this onto it. So that if you let this grow, it's going to have the rose that's coming from the rootstock and not the rose that you want from these branches. So when we take these out, we actually have to try to pull them. This one won't pull, but during the season it's a little easier to do this. But you want to take the latent bud with it, because we don't want that in here. But I can't get it out, so I'll just cut it out for now. And we have some skinny branches down here. And also during the season, at some point, we're going to be replacing some of these canes. They get old and they get woody. So we allow some of younger growth to come up and untrained for the most part. And at some point we'll be able to cut this out. We don't want more than 5 canes in here. 3 to 5 at the most. Because if you overload it with too much vegetative growth, you won't get flowers. So let's go up here and shorten our laterals. About 6 inches. I'm looking for the buds. This time of year it's a little difficult to tell sometimes, but we can see it right here coming out. Right there. This will be about 6 inches. And again, it doesn't matter if it's outward facing or inward facing. And I work without gloves, but you can work with gloves. This is a little in a bad position and it's growing outward, so I'll take that out. And by thinking along these lines, it doesn't become so overwhelming for you. Again, this is much easier than a shrub rose to try to figure out. And I really enjoy this kind of pruning because I have to be thinking about what I want to accomplish here. And so I'm gonna just be quiet for a minute and you can just watch me. Dead. Let it branch. Dead. And then we'll go over the entire length of this, get these really short laterals, about 6 inches. Take out the old rose hips in here, and we'll just keep on going all the way down. So I want to mention the way these laterals develop is by taking off the terminal bud of a long cane. So when we cut this terminal bud off, it spurs these growth along the lateral buds to make these come out. So, and you see it's dead anyway, so we'll just take that out. But here we have a cane here that doesn't have any laterals on it. You can see here's where the buds are developing. Here's one right here, another one here, all along this length, but we don't have any laterals. So when we take off the terminal bud here, this is now going to spur these on to form the laterals, and that's the way they're developed. So thank you for watching Bob's Garden. We'll see you next time, and please share and subscribe to my videos. And remember, be curious, not judgmental.